Mic check. Drop, hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble ops. Stop, stick around, come through and dig the sound of the fly brown 606 cycle.
Oh, you said that same
bound go
Partnas.
We're separate people. Partnas. Yeah, we're separate but equal.
So should I title this Tim Blalock and Sean Patrick Murphy?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we need more followers.
Whatever you want. I'll do both. Okay. I'll be like the Creepy Partnas, Tim Blalock and.
Yeah, Creepy Partners in parentheses.
Okay, whatever you want.
Tim,
no,
Sean.
No, we're not telling truths. We're telling lies, dude.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever works. You just let me know. I could put the inches.
Literally whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what episode are you guys on?
3, 4.
We're about to drop 4.
Yeah. It's nice to have 2 people because I feel like you can not have a guest anytime and it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, you would think so.
You'd think so. We tried yesterday and it was dog shit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is just a weird vibe. I don't know.
All of my podcasts are a weird vibe, but I still post them.
Yeah, it's weird because it's easier if you have a third mic. You know what I mean? Someone it feels like you're performing for a buddy or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, bro. If you you just need someone sitting in a cuck chair watching you pod, and it makes it that much better. It feels like if you're doing a mic and there's one person in the room compared to no one.
I did have that happen once, and it was nice to have the laughter in the background.
You do solo ones though, don't you?
I enjoy the solo ones actually because I'm a little crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like talking in the shower. You know what I mean?
You just look. No? What do you just look stuff up and you're like, this is going on?
I just talk about what I've been dealing with in general, what I see, what I like. Mostly it's conspiracy shit because I just love that stuff. But
yeah, I'm deep.
Oh, you're deep. I could imagine.
He's completely
so deep that I've lost my mind 2 times.
Are you flat Earth?
I'm not married to the ball, but I don't know.
I feel you.
But then again, I go back and forth both times too. You know what I mean? Because then also I go, wait a second. Is it a Jewish conspiracy to take away the white man's accomplishment of landing on the moon?
Yeah.
You know?
It's too deep.
So who knows? Yeah, my thing is I'll debunk something, then I'll debunk the debunked, and then I'm re-bunking.
Always bunking, dude.
Always bunking. I'm bunkered up.
Double bunk.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. Sometimes the normal shit they tell me, I guess, makes sense, but...
That's what I'm saying. I enjoy it, but, I only get to, a surface level thing so I can laugh, and then...
Are you flat Earth?
Like 80%, like 80%, because I've never been there.
So 80% of the Earth is flat, and then the other 20%.
I'm 80%. I'm okay.
It rounds off on the end, I think.
Yeah, Duncan Trussell has this joke about where you basically I'm not gonna say the joke, but because I don't really remember it to be honest. But the gist of it was that you go into when you go into it, you go 50% in.
Yeah.
You don't over envelop yourself in it to where you're fucking.
How long have you been into it?
Conspiracies?
Flat Earth.
Oh, flat Earth? Oh. 9 years, 8 years, something like that.
Yeah, so you remember when it first dropped, it was Eric Dubé, obviously, then that other guy, I forget his name, but the argument was either having a firmament or not a firmament, you know?
Yeah.
Are we in a dome or not?
Well, so I'm religious, so the Bible. I feel we're in a dome. You ever I feel like the Truman Show is they're just trying to be haha, this is what you live in.
Yeah, it is so weird how they put it in fucking movies and you're like
predictive programming always, dude. Yeah.
Oh,
always get you with that shit.
I just asked ChatGPT because it's my buddy about fucking films and how much the government has invested into films.
Uh-huh.
And
so
they funded over 800 films.
Oh yeah. It was initially CIA, you convince people of to go to war and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's always used to be propaganda stuff. And if you look up CAA, that represents all these movie stars and famous comedians and all that shit, they also represent huge politicians that go on book tours and all that shit. You know what I mean? Chris D'Elia was probably represented by the same person who represented Nancy Pelosi at a time.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's happening already. Actually, I mean, you see it.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
now
even
at
vote,
rallies.
and there's a lot of politics in this shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I never voted. In
It's
before,
such a
for
weird
that.
time for that, though.
Yeah,
So you have like the fucking Paul brothers at the inauguration.
everything's bleeding together.
I don't like it, man.
It's scary.
Keep my fucking weird rich white guys away from like.
Yeah, because
the
I've
comedy
always been
world.
like, I remember back. You remember like when YouTube came out in 2007. So like 2008, 2009, that and Google Videos. Google Videos is back when they had like when the first Zeitgeist in like the MySpace era. But YouTube and all that shit used to have like fire, like David Icke, reptilian shapeshifter videos. I went through a big phase of that shit.
Well, I feel like monopolies have bought all of that stuff. You know, Google owns fucking everything now. So that was
you
before.
heard of dead internet theory?
No.
So it's like, fuck. I'm an idiot at explaining things too.
No, it's fine.
So
Go.
it's the idea that I forget what the thing is, but there's this. It's a word for it, and it's like a German word or whatever. It's like a Karpunken. I don't know what the word is, but it's like
Pumpkin.
It's like this dude who was a king. He wanted to impress this chick, so he brought her to his town, and the whole town was like fake wood, like looking like castles and stuff like that, to trick her into being like, hey, this is a real town, it's gorgeous and all that. And they're saying that's what the internet is. Like if you Google like pizza shops in Florida, and you'd be like, there's 3 million results, but if you click to like page 60, it'll be like, oh, there's only 100,000 results. And then you get to like page 158, you go, oh wait, there's only 325 results. Like it's all just acting like it's way bigger than it really is. And it's
They're
really this hollow
overinflating it.
thing where they're just clearing out all like what the internet used to be. Because that shit used to be so much more conspiracy oriented.
Yeah.
And weird shit, you know?
Yeah, there was when the internet, it was a lot more free. Like people could post like the craziest like blogs and make their own websites
Yeah.
without having to pay any money. Like
Exactly.
Yeah. And now like I watch like the Black Mirror shit. Like that's another thing. Like it's almost like they're trying to tell you like this is what's happening kind of thing.
Yeah,
but, like,
everything's propaganda. though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if they are going in the internet? I mean, they have to go in the internet and wiping like things and replacing it, like the Mandela effect. Like maybe it's the Mandela effect actually happened when the internet happened.
Yeah,
you know?
It could just be an AI that's like fucking mixing shit up just to confuse you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that's what I wondered too. It's like how much of conspiracy shit is also government funded to make you crazy and to make you schizophrenic
Yeah,
and shit like that. You know
that's
what I
another
mean?
thing. I'm like, are they now? Am I being like reverse psychology?
Exactly.
Well, it's all
Yeah.
about demoralization. They just
It
want
is
to break you
demoralization,
down so that you only exist inside your like small bubble, and that's why algorithms will like lead you one way or the other. It's a whole thing.
My
but
algorithm's crazy, bro. I'm half all black Twitter, half alt-right Nazi Twitter. It's insane.
Yeah.
the best
And they
combo.
don't really cross paths. And I'm just
No.
tiptoeing this line, and I'm like, man, they are really trying to make me hate someone.
Yeah, but if you make a fresh account on like a new IP address that's never had like a social media account, and you scroll like just a couple things, and if you look at them for just too long, it'll immediately flood you with like alt-right shit or like just like liberal
Yeah.
shit.
No, it's true.
Just immediately.
Yeah, the algorithm's
And then
smart.
it'll cater itself back so you're not like, what the fuck's going on?
And on Meta ads, you can select emotions. And I
Yeah.
just learned that when I started advertising. I'm like, oh, you can select emotions? I'm like, oh, wait, you are analyzing how I'm feeling while I'm watching things? Oh, fuck you.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't think I feel good ever scrolling.
Yeah.
No.
I
You know what
just
I mean?
started trying to
not
do
made
this
for
like
that.
thing where I have an alarm clock in my room now.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm just started last week. This is my second successful day in 1 week where I've been able to like shut off my phone and not get on my Instagram reels. Because I feel like that shit's just,
That's
it'll
so
suck
hard.
me in for hours.
It's so hard as like an aspiring creator though to
Yeah.
not like see what's going on. Like I deleted all of my social media apps and then I started stand-up comedy. Mm-hmm. And I was
That's
like,
what
oh
happened to me.
fuck, now I have to like make a fucking Instagram for this. I have to make a Facebook and all this other stuff for that. And I was back on, and then I was fully in again, just looking at like monkey memes again.
Yeah.
Like after like a week, which
No,
are
if-
fire. I catered my algorithm so nice to where only like monkey related memes would pop up, and then I looked at like one thirst trap thing, and now it's all like horse again. And I'm just like,
Oh, they'll get you, dude.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. She did.
Dude, it's the
Get you,
government.
bro.
It's the government.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen The Social Dilemma. Have you ever seen The Social Dilemma?
I don't know what that is.
It's just
I've
like
heard
a,
it, but
it's
I
just a
haven't seen
Netflix documentary.
See, I don't even watch Netflix documentaries at
That's
all.
what I'm saying.
They're
It's-
too normy for me. I go,
I know, but it's like, and it's probably all staged, honestly, but it's like, you know how they feed you a little bit of information so you don't search for more.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the social dilemma is. It's like supposed ex Facebook employees and ex this employees, ex that employees that are like, yeah, what we're doing is we're making like a frame of you, and then we decide what you should see, and then blah 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 blah. And they're like, it's so terrifying, but like I said, they're giving you a little bit so you don't fucking
but
pull that thread, dude.
The whole thing with it too, though, because I was thinking about trying to get rid of my shit or control my screen time, because it's like I can't be occupying my brain with like other people's ideas. You know what I mean? I need time to be bored, to like
as a creative,
sit there with my own thoughts, to fucking come up with my own shit. You know, I can't be like getting overwhelmed by. Yeah,
next thing you know, you're doing like memes that you forgot you saw on stage, and somebody calls you out for it.
I know a few people who have done that.
Yeah, but they probably knew though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But no.
Oh, that gets me hot.
Yeah, I Google every joke I write now.
You do?
Yeah, because I did one like when I first started, and I posted it because I was dumb and I was posting my shit way too early, and a guy commented on it, was like, yeah, this is funny, but it was way funnier when Larry the Cable Guy did it. And like I looked it up. No, it was just parallel thinking. You know what I mean? I have parallel thinking of a character that a guy came up with to be a retard guy. That's the ridiculous part. But no, and
because a comedian came to me with some drama about that another comedian called him out, and then he told me the joke, and I'm like, well, that's just. Not to be rude, but I was like, it's a very low hanging fruit. I'm like, that's kind of a thing that's like one of your first thoughts, you know? That's why it's kind of like whenever you kind of write a joke, sometimes I'm not that good at it. I just can kind of like whiff it on stage. But it's like, say if you're digging for something, it's like if you're digging for gold, it's like you got to find something specific and dig so deep down. You know what I mean? Instead of digging so surface level. So it's not like the first thought
common
or what's
thinking.
First funny. Because then you're like, anyone can fucking think
you go,
that when
dude,
you think
you have a bit about how your dick curves left. I have a bit about how my dick curves right. What the fuck, dude? Why would you rip that off me? I've been doing that joke for 17 years, first of all.
Yeah, but mine's an anti-gravity bit.
I got a flat earth bit too.
Yeah, it's fucking
I did that pretty much my whole first year. I was just writing like surface level, like, because I didn't know how to dig deeper yet. I didn't understand how to make fun of my own life yet, and I just started these past like few months. I feel like really like getting into like talking about my own shit in my own life, and it's been easier to get below surface level because I'm talking about my own fucking life.
Or instead of just being like, fuck, bro, you're just thinking of random jokes, you know what I mean? Slopping everything together. Because your first few years, that's what you should do. Just be like, whatever's funny, da da da. But yeah, I've been trying to figure that out. Be like, damn, I should try to write like in like a half hour or whatever of like a specific thing that I want to fucking do. You know what I mean? Instead of just being like, oh, this is funny in my head.
You did tell me, you were like, I need to figure out at this point what I'm actually saying.
Trying to convey.
That's, I've been starting to feel that lately where I'm like, this feels comfortable. I had my first time on stage where it was the only time, first time, year and a half, rolling laughter throughout.
That's so
first time I ever felt that. I feel like I've bombed ever since. Like, I'm like, that's what I want every time, right? But it's like, now I'm like, wait, this is it. This is what I have to get every time. This is what I have to feel every time. And I'm like, fuck, it's impossible.
Yeah, I've been catching a few big L's lately. Got a few
Comedy's
big dubs,
so weird, dude.
but a few big L's.
Yeah, this week I've been getting some major fucks.
For real?
So I'm hoping tonight is a
in front of like
savior.
The worst is like I'm not hating on them because they're so good, but like a cruise ship comic when you have to like feature for them, and then you're like, fuck, dude, this is a fuck ton of old people. They're not gonna vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And then it makes you want to be like, shit, I should write. But I don't want to cater to that.
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like you're constantly playing this thing. Yeah.
It's hard.
I'm like, I've had people tell me like, Alex, you should make sure you have a clean 5 or a clean 10. And to be honest, fuck you, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's not who I am. It's not how I talk. I'm not gonna turn into a robot to try to make some, people
You can
that aren't
turn
my
any of
crowd.
your stuff in 5 though into something clean.
Yeah, but I
they
mean,
say
like,
clean, but they're like, don't say fuck.
I did a clean show at a church, and I said bitch 3 times and had no idea.
Oh.
I got off stage and they're like, it's just so natural.
Was it a black church or a white church?
It was black.
They're probably cool with that, right?
Well, I mean, whoever was putting it together was like, you said bitch a few times.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's just like
but
so
it's not like
natural.
people passed out in the crowd, like, oh my god, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I just like I don't go after, like, if somebody wants to book me for a clean show, I'm just like, these are my things. This is how I am. Yeah. If you're not like
my first one,
okay
I
with it,
I did a guest spot for Orny Adams, and they're like, you can't cuss, you can't talk about anything, and I was like, oh my god. And then the feature goes up there, and he's just ripping cool words, and I was like, man, I'm
Cool
so
words.
mad. You know,
That's great. No, yeah,
It
but
felt like they put like you know what I mean, like they nerfed me. You know what I'm talking about? Video games, right? Nerfing.
Yeah.
I got nerfed, dude.
No, I don't play video games.
I think this guy played Cyberpunk all the way through.
yeah,
Like a straight, right?
I played like, I got into Cyberpunk way late, and I was like, all right, I'm installing this shit. I'm gonna try it out. I played for like 36 hours. I
well,
didn't get-
thank
great.
God you got into it late because when I got into it, the game kept fucking crashing.
Logging, yeah. I got it on PS4. I still haven't played it.
Yeah.
36 hours straight. My friend was like, dude, you should have streamed that. I'm like, I'm not doing this
Because this is
to
just
create
for the
content. I'm doing this for
Discord.
the fucking love of the game, dude.
Yeah. I was about to start a series where because I play games, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do the streaming thing. And I was like, this is going to make me hate this. Because I
Yeah.
went through setting it up and
Yeah.
like the whole USB situation, like I'm like, nope, fuck this. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
want to play with my friends and have a good time.
What do you play mainly?
Just Call of Duty and Halo. But
So you play
my,
like FPSs and shit?
yeah, my friend recently got me into Battlefield. I tried it when I was a kid, but I hated it because, you know, like Halo and Call of Duty is very simple. You got grenades, you got
Yeah.
shooting. That's pretty much it. But like Battlefield is like you can do a million fucking things. And I'm just like, but when he told me, he was like, play it like it's real life. Change the whole game because you just gotta play it like it's real life and it's so much more fun.
Just hiding in a corner, praying to your mom.
Your bu-
you got. What's the piss yourself button? Where's the piss yourself button?
Your buddy gets blown up. You're like, no,
Fuck.
Johnson, no.
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys play?
I'm addicted to Apex. It sucks. Apex and Overwatch are my main games, but on Switch I'm playing Final Fantasy 12. I used to be a big RPG.
That shit's Final Fantasy 12's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play Marvel Rivals, World of Warcraft on and off for the last
This guy's like an OG real gamer.
15
like this guy
years. Yeah, when I started
throwing
playing,
his life away, might go through a divorce over games. You know.
when I started, well, no, luckily my wife like she just wants me to leave her alone, so
Yeah.
I can do that. She's like, I want you to be home, but I don't really want you to be like near me. So like, but yeah, when I started playing games on PC. When everybody else had consoles, like the only games anyone played was World of Warcraft and Counter-Strike 1.6.
Yeah, I
And that was
played
it.
Counter-Strike and RuneScape.
Yeah, those were the only games. And then I discovered this place called Empire in town that was like a LAN center. And they'd like bring a bunch of miners in, lock them in overnight. Totally fucking scary and sketchy. But they were, I think, harmless. I don't know. And then they would like buy pizza, but they went out of business because you'd pay like $20 and they would like buy everyone pizza. And like you'd just be there all night, like running their Alienware computers or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. WoW. Played a lot of WoW.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking nerd.
Wow.
Like a real nerd.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's my mom always tells people that I would trap myself in my room and play. I would play video games before school and right after school. I would not go outside.
Hell yeah.
I was a fat kid. I would eat while I would play video games. It was a whole
Dude,
thing.
I used to eat. I would fucking wander. I'd be playing WoW for like 10 hours, wander to the pantry, be like, what do we got? And my mom knew that I had to have Chef Boyardee in the cabinet, dude.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what built my body type. You know, body by Chef Boyardee over here. And I would just
Yeah.
fucking open the can, not even heat it up, just dump some fucking Chipotle Tabasco in it and just eat it out of the can and just keep plugging along.
Never tried the Tabasco.
Ooh, Chipotle Tabasco is so good.
Oh, it's disgusting. Cold SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, no, beefaroni. Beefaroni's good cold, man. I think I could survive as like a prepper. You know what I mean? Just fucking
All
beefaroni and
beefaroni?
Twinkies, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Prepping's sick, dude.
Prepping is
Yeah.
so sick.
Is that would you build a bunker if you could?
Probably not. I don't know.
Really? No.
I just want guns, bro. I want to.
No, commune.
Huh?
You need
I
to
don't
plant.
know.
You need to plant your
Like
own
a
food.
sniper tower.
You need to plant your own food and stockpile weapons.
Yeah.
You have to do like the hippie shit and like the fucking badass shit at the same time.
I don't know. I'm pretty lazy. I think I'd just be like,
Yeah.
you know
I
what
like the
mean?
idea of it, but I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, like I left
No,
a
like
case
you
of water
hire
in my
some.
car
Well,
for
like if
3
you had the
days.
money though, would you like hire someone to build you a bunker and build you all the shit you need to be a prepper? With the well, you could be as lazy as you want. You're like Mark Zuckerberg. You build a bunker, you got everything.
I
you
would need infinite disposable income to spend it on that. Otherwise, I'm gonna spend it on.
But then you
Cool
build
ass
your bunker
shit.
doper than your actual house, so then you just live in your bunker
I could
and nothing
yeah.
happens. You know,
Well,
you're like,
it's
"Dude,
fucking sick.
check out the gaming station.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
I always wanted a basement. I lived in Florida my whole life, so like I see
yeah.
basements in media, and I'm like, dude, that's so sick. Even though it's just like a room underground.
Yeah.
You could just take a spare bedroom and put bricks on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cover the windows.
Yeah,
Would
make
you
it
build
feel
a
like a
bunker?
basement.
You guys definitely would build a bunker out here. That'd be sick.
I would, but it would have to be above ground for
fucking
obvious
pulls this
reasons.
rug
That's what I'm
up.
saying. Yeah, just flush.
She pulls this rug up and goes, check this out. Presses the button. There's like an
Hey,
elevator
whoa,
down.
hold on.
Underground pool?
No.
A pool under there.
Oh my God, we had a pool in the old house. I'll never have a pool again.
Why?
Everyone wants
Pools
a
are
pool till
brutal.
they have one. It's expensive to take care of. The maintenance over time after living there for years, you have to replace shit. There's leaks. Like, dude, pools. Just go to a hotel, especially if you live in Florida.
Then you start taking it for granted, and you take a dip like once every couple months.
Yeah,
You're
that
like,
was
why
me.
am I paying for this?
Yeah, I grew up with an in-ground pool. My girl's parents got an in-ground pool, but it's always drained.
In-grounds are dope. What you do is you just dig out a big fucking hole, you stick the in-ground in the ground, and then you just fucking
Is that
build.
what you guys had, right?
Yeah.
Damn, did you guys have a screen or no screen?
Yeah, but we have
Screen?
cats.
You had like a legit like concreted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, when we had my in-ground pool, dude, I used to have a 120-pound English bulldog, and if he fell in, it was game over, dude.
Really?
Yeah, he would just sink.
Jesus Christ.
even
How many
like
times
try.
have you had to save him?
Probably like 12 times.
Jesus
you know what I mean?
Christ.
The imagery is pretty hilarious.
Yeah, because my dad.
The dog
used-
jumps in and you think he's
Yeah.
gonna like kick or something, and he just
Yeah,
he like sinks straight down.
Yeah. Yeah,
fuck.
because my dad, I got it from my dad, but my dad fucking would take like business calls on the cordless phone, and he would just walk around the pool just pacing, and he would just like, the dog would just get out constantly, just fall in. You're like, oh shit. So now when I went to high school, if I would talk to shorties on the phone, I would just walk around the pool
Hell yeah.
till the skin would come off my feet.
Inherited traits. That's a beautiful thing, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, because when it comes to shorties, I'm all business. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, we had where we were at our mother-in-law's because we had two dogs. The other one died. And one of the dogs fell in the pool. And the other dog, this one fell in the pool because she's a fucking, just like, such a submissive, like, scared of everything. The other one was running around the pool. She's in my mother-in-law's pool, just go like this. And we got Andy, like this Polish guy. He doesn't speak English. He's just screaming in Polish in the background. It was
That's
hilarious.
What was it, Andre? He said his grandpa took an above ground pool, laid it in the ground, and then built a dock, built like a deck around it, so you'd have like a sweet ass fucking Palatka resort, dude.
Yeah.
So sick.
Andre's place is so sick, dude. He's got cows and all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Lives so far in the woods. So far, where
Oh, I love that.
You probably drive 10 minutes down dirt roads, and then you have to hit a private dirt road bridge that
That's
you literally
nice.
feel like a little troll or something's gonna come out and want you to pay.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
You gotta
that's
like prick your
next
finger
level.
and like they lick it, and you're like, oh god.
You know that troll that's under that bridge.
Yeah.
Got a big nose, dude. Just saying.
I don't
How
know,
many
dude.
inches? I'll put in the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Kanye's new song? You listen to it?
That's
It's
so
a
fire.
banger, dude.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
stuck in my
so
head so
good.
much. I find myself humming it. I'm like, fuck, I can't say the lyrics out loud. Not in public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my car with the windows up, maybe.
Yeah. Dude,
know,
I
we
was
live in
doing it in my
Daytona.
house. I had it blasting on my
Yeah.
little Bluetooth speaker. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's I thought it was hilarious. I saw a video of him saying, you know why they call it jewelry, because it's jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's so ahead of his time.
I saw him.
Oh
I
my
saw him in
God.
an interview. He's like, now they think I'm gay, so I can use all the gay stuff. Now I can use this symbolism. I can use that symbolism. I can use the cross because I'm Christian. I can use the swastika. I can turn it on its side. I can do this. And I'm like, dude, you are.
He's not bound by anything.
It
No.
blows my mind that people don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think it's partially like, because people are like, he's off his meds, he's crazy. And I think maybe it's partially that, but partially like, dude, you are getting the most attention that anyone's ever got.
Yeah, in this world right now, the biggest economy is the economy of attention.
Yeah.
So he's got the most attention. And if he gets banned from everything, say he makes his own streaming service and everyone they're interested in it, so then he can own all the rights, bring everyone in-house. He doesn't have to pay Spotify, all that shit. Could be like, he could be masterminding something.
the next Hitler.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if a school.
And dude, you remember, dude, the medicine shit was that Harley Pastrick. He's like a famous, because that's what it is all these famous people, they have like personal trainers, but it's really just pretty much like Mossad agents who keep them in check. And remember, he leaked the tweets where it is Holly Pastrick, who's like, he was like, yo, if you fucking don't renounce this stuff, I'm going to get you back on your meds. You'll never see your kids, all this shit. Like, just a guy.
Handlers.
Pretty much,
they all have handlers.
Straight handler.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah. They all
Fuck
have
that.
handlers.
I was even thinking, bro, what if Bianca Sensore was an Israeli spy, and he goes, and this is why he just gloats. He's kind of a cuck, but there could be a way where he's just like, yo, I'm just going to embarrass this bitch everywhere. She wants to be my handler. Fuck it, dude. I'm just going to parade her everywhere naked.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work for her, though. She's pretty fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you've got that kind of like money, you're gonna be fucking whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at that point, I honestly like. I think that when he did that Alex Jones shit, where he was just like, "I love Hitler," to me, it was just like he's just making a statement that like at this point in the world, like you can say anything until you say anything.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is that what he's doing is he's trying to establish the fact that like. You say that you have free speech, but you don't. Yeah. You can't say whatever you want.
It's the old Voltaire saying, look who you cannot critique, and that's probably who controls you.
You're so pilled, bro.
No, listen, I totally believe that.
Yeah.
I really don't even think Kanye is on meds or needs to be on meds. I think people just don't see past the bullshit and understand like the meaning behind it's like that's like if you were to read the Bible and take it literally. That's just childish.
Nobody practices rhetorical analysis anymore or selective retention, which is like taking what you want. I read Rick Rubin's book about creativity and I was like, this book sucks. I hate this book. It's so
I
like.
wonder if there's a conspiracy about him. What the? He has no music. You know who Rick Rubin is, right?
No.
Famous producer for.
He's produced like
everything, but he doesn't know anything about music.
Rock
really.
bands, like hip hop artists, Jay-Z, all kinds
Jay-Z,
of stuff.
Eminem. He's
you
like
know him if you saw
producer.
him. He's like a crazy guy with like a big beard and like hair that just sticks out everywhere.
Okay.
He just sits in the studio. He doesn't make beats or anything, but he's a producer.
Yeah, he doesn't make no music, doesn't do anything.
Interesting.
But he'll just be like, hey, you should.
He's basically does what I have always wanted to do in my life, where I'm like, yeah, I'm just an idea guy.
Yeah.
And that's how I live off of ideas.
Yeah.
Which doesn't, you got to put him.
That's crazy if it's Rick Rubin, because he says he like lays down, he listens to, he goes, you should say the N-word here.
Yeah.
That's all he does for the rap albums. That'd be fire.
He just goes, no. Or yeah. Like there's a clip of him when at 99 Problems when he's like, you know what you should do? Start it a cappella. I got 99 problems with a bitch ain't one. Hit me. And then go right into the verse. And then like the video obviously plays the song after that. And it's like a pretty iconic hip hop song opening. But no, I read his book about creativity and I read most of it and I was like, this book sucks. But then I remembered that in like the foreword, he's like, whatever you read in this, take what you want from it and just leave the rest here. And I was like, oh, okay. So like, you got to do that with anything. It's just selective retention.
Yeah, yes.
You can't let things affect you against your own like personal, ethos or whatever fucking word. I don't know. I don't know words like that, but.
And then people always they always hear what they want to hear. Right.
Yeah, confirmation
that's
bias.
another thing is like they're never willing to like listen to what actually somebody's trying to say. They're just like, or they take shit personally, or like
I've talked to people where I've like looked in their eyes. I'm like, they've already got their reply in their head. You know what I mean, they've already like do, and they're just replaying the reply. And I'm like, fuck. Bro.
Well, they've weaved that into.
I'm too aware of it, and I just give up halfway through a sentence.
They've weaved that.
Actually, he was a pretty good guy. Oh, never mind, dude.
They've weaved that into the two-party system that we have in America, and now you're one or the other.
Yeah.
Like everybody is. Every normie is either this or that, against it or for it. You know what I mean? Nobody has like their own opinions. Nobody even votes like based on policy. They vote party line. That's all it ever is. You know what I mean?
I never voted. You voted?
Mm-mm.
I voted for Obama. I thought he was cool, dude.
You weren't Alex Jones filled back then, dude. You didn't want to see Obama.
I wasn't. No,
you didn't want to see Obama deception.
He got Osama bin Laden.
I was
At least that's what they.
I was a big.
Wasn't his real name Rick Osman? Wasn't he a CIA guy?
I don't know.
Osama bin Laden. You know, like on 9/11, they flew his family out of Texas and stuff like that. Like he's lucky Larry Silverstein. You know about that, right?
Israelis
The
dancing on the
guy
bridge.
who he bought the Twin Towers, I think, like a year before. Supposedly, the Twin Towers was like a horrible investment. It was covered in asbestos. It was like really bad. The guy bought it, took out an insurance policy for a
did hear
terrorist
this.
attack. Yeah, and then sued when 9/11 happened. He got the insurance policy, and then I think he sued and got double it because he said supposedly it was 2 separate attacks and made like $11 billion off that.
Yeah, they compared it to the Titanic.
Yeah.
Because the Titanic was an insurance scam too, apparently.
Yeah, and they sunk all the guys who were against the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's like an old mob move. It's like in The Sopranos when they like burn that guy's restaurant down for the insurance policy, except on like a fucking national level, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, the
I mean, who
government
knows?
basically is their own, like, they're
Yeah, I know.
mafia. They're
Yeah.
mafia. They bring in drugs.
No, they're not the mafia. They're this.
And the day before 9/11,
thing we
bro,
have.
Donald Rumsfeld said we were missing so many $1 trillion. Because that's probably what it is, bro. It's all got to be underground deep underground military bases.
The
You know what I
coolest.
mean? That's why we own like $34 trillion of debt, and all this debt's always missing from the Pentagon. That's why NASA probably gets, what, $34 billion a week or some dumb shit like that.
Retarded.
And they're not probably really, they're probably being like, all right, we drop like $1 billion a year, dude, on sending like a fucking penis rocket up to, you know what I mean? Fucking 60,000 feet in the air.
It's so stupid because they're not even going anywhere.
Yeah. That's why I think, you know, it's always curved when they shoot up.
Yep.
And, you know, they shoot it all out of here, right? Satellite
I watch
Beach.
them here and I watch them curve this
That's-
way. I watch them curve
Yeah.
that way.
That's
They
probably
never go
why-
straight up.
Yeah, there's a theory that's why the Bermuda Triangle is just like, they say all this stuff happens there, but they go, really? It's probably just for all that shit's landing.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, you can't go there. You'll disappear. You'll end up in the worm of a butt of a wormhole, right?
The butt of
Yeah.
a worm,
Dude,
dude.
you end up in that worm's hole, dude. Holy shit, am I deep in the worm pussy?
Yeah, apparently like 80% of the material that's flown up gets completely destroyed
Yeah.
and just floats in
And you know
the
Saddaloons
atmosphere.
are, right?
Saddaloons?
Yeah. It's a real thing. You can Google it. They're all on fucking
like a weather
high altitude
balloon.
weather balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Satellites.
Yeah, so I was reading, again, could just be propaganda or reverse psychology, but I was reading that they sent up the satellites on the rockets in the upper atmosphere of the Earth to basically just build a security web for the DoD, and it's not even like they're not going to space. They're just basically
Yeah.
trying to control and see everything all at once, all the time.
Yeah, that's what Elon's gonna do with like Starlink and all that shit.
Yeah, that's what the company I work for
And
is
like,
doing.
because they're like, whoa, how did GPS and all this shit work and internet? It's all gonna, and it's like, you look up, it's like everything's these underwater cables.
It's
that just run-
underground.
yeah, that just runs on the ocean floor.
Fiber optic.
All the stuff that satellites is military communications and like all ground communications between people, civilians, is all underground. Yeah.
Damn.
It's all bullshit.
You're Christian?
Yeah. Kind of, I guess. I don't know. Not really. I don't know. I just believe in God, I guess.
Higher
A
power.
God. Yeah.
That's what I think demons are, is like the disembodied spirits of Nephilim.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you think demons are? I don't know. My bad.
I think, no, I think demons exist.
What do
and
you
I
think
think they
demons are?
possess people.
Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Is like, so when the fallen angels came down, hooked up with racked up Hebrew chicks, you know what I mean, that weren't faithful to their earthly men.
So
and then
fire.
you have these Nephilim giants, right? But they have no soul. They don't have that spark in them. So when they die, it's that spirit that's stuck here.
Are you a Scientologist?
Fuck no. no, that's a real thing. If you read Genesis 6:4, they call them the Nephilim. So
Yeah.
the fallen angels came down here, banged up earth chicks, right?
Yeah.
So you got these huge giants who are probably way smarter too, and that's probably who built.
Because their brains are
that's
bigger.
Probably
That's
who
why they're
built.
smarter.
That's who probably built all these ancient civilizations. That's why all these, like, you see pyramids everywhere.
Yeah.
That's probably why the flood happened. Is he flooded it not because Noah was like super pure, which he probably, but it was that. He was the only one that had pure genetics, human genetics. Everything
Yeah.
was, they were making all these chimeras, doing all this weird Anunnaki type stuff, but that's really just fallen angels. So then you have these pyramids and these great societies everywhere, but they were fucking just doing human sacrifice 24/7 and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I wonder how much it correlates, because I read Magicians of the Gods.
yeah, Graham Hancock.
Yeah, and I wonder how much, because like when I think about when they talk about giants, I think like just like really, really smart people, like just like higher technology. Like I wonder if it relates to that at all.
Yeah, no. I think it's
No?
I think it's the interbreeding of women with fallen angels.
Yeah.
and that's their offspring. And these are these giants, and they have different parietal plates. They have bigger brain space. L.A. Marzulli, he has the Paracas skulls in Peru, and it shows that it has different parietal plating than humans have, and the brain space is like, because you could splint heads, but their actual skulls are actual bigger. You know what I mean?
I need to look up like a video on this to like see it, because if I read it, I won't.
But Graham Hancock, I used to be really big into all that stuff, and
Yeah,
then I was
no.
like, maybe it's not like, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, maybe it's demonic actually.
I don't know.
Societies,
Yeah.
you know?
I definitely think like when I watch like you know, the interrogations of like people that kill people, like how they always say like they felt like they were being told to, or they had to, or like they had no control, or like I feel like they're possessed or
shit.
or there's another theory about the fucking government buying up hookers' babies and using them for like super soldiers, or like psyops.
Oh yeah. I think a lot of that's why, like, even Son of Sam, he said there wasn't just one of him, the guy who talked to the dogs, stuff like that, the Son of Sam.
Well, he
David
also said
Berkowitz.
like,
But he had ties to like the process church. There's a lot of these weird cults where they're dosing people during the fucking 60s and stuff like that, and then mind controlling them and making like this serial killer scare.
Yeah.
MK Ultra, but it never ended.
Yeah.
That's what they think.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that's my greatest. One of my greatest fears is that they're just doing that to the whole population now.
That's what I'm
Through the
saying,
Using
bro.
phones.
Yeah.
They for sure are.
Through the internet,
1,000%.
Yeah,
But they have to do it so
traumatized constantly.
They have to do it so gradually, though. Yeah. But then they're building trauma, and then guess what?
The Neuralink.
Now there's like generational trauma that carries over when your child's born, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And that's why fucking Gen Z kids are doing dumb TikTok dances now, because they got to fucking escape from this shit somehow.
Yeah.
We should just give them meth instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, give them meth and tools. They go, you build a VCR pyramid.
Yeah.
VCR pyramid.
Data needs an arc.
Yeah, dude.
But wasn't there like a what was it, like a big mudslide, or like a great mud after it was all the Tartarian shit, and then it was like the World's Fair stuff, and then they're like all that shit got wiped out by something. I don't remember exactly. It was like
See, you get into Tartaria at all? So the idea that there's these great resets that last, so all these like nice cathedrals and everything that we didn't really build them, and if you look where they're built at these times, it's like impossible. I don't know how much I believe in that, because also I'm like, is that a communist psyop to take away the accomplishments of Indo-European culture?
That's what I'm saying. And that's why when you were talking about like the percentage that you get into these things, that's why I get like maybe 10 or 20 in, because
It'll drive you crazy, bro.
Because it'll drive you insane, first of all, and second of all,
I'll grow a tail just to chase it, dude. You know what I mean? But that's what fucking happened to me.
The only thing you're ever gonna find out, for the most part, is stuff that they allow you to find out.
Yeah.
Or a couple things slip through the cracks, but you can't differentiate between.
Yeah, that's why if you get into like the OG of the conspiracy shit, it's like Bill Cooper, right? The guy who wrote Behold the Pale Horse. He was like before Alex Jones. David Icke called them both out, and he actually got shot. And he was initially like an alien guy, and he said he would see these UFOs fly out of the water on a naval base. And then he came to the idea, because he was like high up in naval intelligence, and then he came to the idea that there were higher ups sliding like documents in front of him, trying to convince him that aliens are real, so he'll go whistleblow it. You know what I mean? So he was just like, yeah.
That's the problem with more than half of that stuff. Just sounds like people develop late in life schizophrenia, and then they can just discredit anyone because they're like, nah, this guy's just insane, dude. Yeah. He's in his front yard fucking covered in shit in his underwear. And it's
you have any mental breakdowns?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Like straight schizophrenia type shit?
Just once. Yeah.
That's rough. I never did. I never separated from reality. I just had the really pussy kind where I'm just
I ran down Daytona Beach butt naked, covered in spray paint on acid, dude.
Oh my God.
I thought I was going to find a mermaid.
And
I was trying to cure my kidney stones.
That's crazy.
You have funny acid stories, yeah.
I used to think, I didn't used to think, so I had kidney stones, and I had surgery to remove one, and I had like 5 other in there, and they were like, yo, you'll have a follow-up appointment with a urologist, and they'll blast it out with like sonar to break up the pebbles, and you'll pee it out because they're smaller stones.
Yeah.
Think about sonar.
And then I go to the urologist, and they're like, "Yeah, health insurance," and I was like, "Nah, dog." They're like, "Okay, go home." You know what I mean? So I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" So I fucking was high, and I was like, "Oh yeah, dolphins use sonar to talk." So I was like, if I take acid and go to the sandbar at sunrise, I could probably, with my shamanic powers, summon a few dolphins to cure me. And I just ended up getting stung by a sea urchin in my armpit and having like an allergic reaction, and my armpit was like rotting for like 2 weeks because I didn't know what it was.
What was
I had
that?
to get antibiotics.
That other beach story that you had where you You saw a guy and you were fucking tripping so hard that you took off your fucking shorts.
Yeah.
And
So
you
yeah. So I thought I was gonna meet a mermaid or something like that. It's actually right before I met my current girl, and that's who I was picturing. It's pretty crazy. It made sense in there, but I was so deep into it, I didn't. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, no one's around me, but I'm in the beach, noon, Daytona Beach, Saturday noon, May. This is years and years ago, and I took my fucking pants off, dude. And this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Yo, you want your pants, dude?" Like trying to help me out. And I look up at him, and I was like, "Looks like you need them more than me, brother." And then I just took off running.
God damn it. Dude.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I never got in trouble or anything. I had the cops come, and then I convinced them because I covered myself with spray paint that I was shooting a music video,
Yeah.
and they let me go.
Dude, you get out of some crazy
You're-
shit just by talking your way out of it. It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah, super cool shit.
That's,
When we got back to my car, that one cop,
You know Kylie's?
dude, this cop was like, "Yo," because we were like we're carpooling, and we're partying, and my car's at where my job is, and Tim
We went to
drops
like
me
fucking
off.
Jacksonville or
Yeah,
something.
so Tim
Like, we
drops
went
me off, and
far
there's
as
a
fuck.
cop right next to my
like
car.
3 in
There's
the
only 2
morning.
cars in the parking lot. So I get out, and this cop's like, "What are you doing?" Like trying to do this, and I was like, "Oh, we're doing comedy, do you know?" And I just name dropped a random comedian, and then he's like, or no, I said something about madcaps. He name drops a random comedian. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this podcast." Da, 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 da. And I'm just overly talking, and before the cop could even say anything, I was like, "All right, peace out, brother," and just hopped in my car and dipped out on him, dude. Just completely controlled the
Nice.
conversation, did not backstep, and yeah, it's pretty.
That's how you get it done, dude.
Such red pill mandatory
Yeah, black
shit.
people take notes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, exactly, dude.
I told you about the time that I had what's his name in my back seat, and the cop pulls us over. He's like, "You guys, what are you guys doing?" We're like, "Come back from comedy or whatever." And he's like, "Oh, cool, that's funny." Blah, blah, blah. And he like was trying bits on us. I think I don't remember, but the guy's like, "You got any weapons? You got any things? Any missile launchers or something?" And I'm kind of like freaking out. He's like, "You got any bazookas?" And the kid in the back seat's like, fucking wasted. He goes, "How many bazookas? It's too many bazookas." And the guy's like, "Probably one." And he's like, "No, we're good." Just like passes back out. He was dead asleep the entire time.
Yeah, dude, homie used to get slaughtered. He got so blacked out. You did Andre's old room in Palaca, that vape shop?
No.
No.
All right, so yeah, it's not anymore. But this dude got blacked out, wandered off, and started just knocking on people's doors, dude.
Couldn't
Yeah.
find him anywhere.
Yeah, we're like, where the fuck is Kyle, dude? This dude's just beating on people's doors,
Fucking
spreading the good word.
Integrating into society at 1 a.m. You know what I
You're
mean?
like, you heard of our Lord and Savior Miller Lite? Like, what?
Do you guys still like party hardy, or you
I drink
like?
a lot. It sucks.
Yeah.
I want to get. Yeah, I don't like doing anything. So 2023. So 2 years ago, I did a whole year of nothing,
Yeah.
and now I've been like, this year I was gonna do it, and I got all the way up until the Super Bowl. So I got like a month and a half, and then come on, dude, I hate both those teams. I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna get rowdy.
It's hard not to have like a beer or two when you're doing stand up.
Yeah, and it's 50% of this is hanging out with some dorks. So I'm like, bro, if you
have
talk,
to-
I'm like, dude, I'm gonna chug this.
Make it tolerable.
Yeah, I'm gonna chug this 4-pack if you keep talking to me. You know?
So any time that you're talking to Sean and he's like, "Listen, I gotta go get a
Yeah.
couple beers from the store."
Yeah.
Yeah, but also once I pop, dude, it's like Pringles, boy.
Yeah.
If I pop, the fun don't stop.
Once you pop the fun.
Do you have to drink
Never
before you get
stops.
on stage?
No.
Or
Like
I
I said,
shouldn't say
yeah.
have to, but do you?
No, I like to have. I like to
Yeah.
be like just in a little bit because, I can do it both ways, but I like it because usually if I'm going up pretty late, anyways, people are pretty drinking anyway. So I like to be almost like on that
Trying to get
level
to their
of consciousness
frequency,
with
yeah.
them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's like me microdosing beer, but they're all beered up, liquored up, and I feel like I'm Charlie Manson fucking
Trip sitting.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Fucking doing magic.
Trip
dude.
sittle with alcohol and a
Puppetry.
microphone.
Yeah. And then
You-
I can control them.
Yeah. I mean, whatever works.
Dude, that'd be crazy. The first comedy killer that he's like, I didn't even kill anyone, just my fans. Has anyone done that? That'd be sick.
Comedy? They do
What
it
if
with
it's
comedy?
Jim Henson? Or what's his name? Jeff Dunham.
Jim Henson, Jeff Dunham. I didn't
Two
kill anyone. My
puppets.
puppets did.
Oh. You watch the new Goosebumps?
No.
No, it's sick.
Is the cast all women?
No, but it's all right, we don't have to get in Goosebumps. My
No,
bad.
go ahead.
No, they just brought it back. They revamped it, but it's instead of it being like anthologies It's all like kind of it's their own stories, but it's all consecutive as well. It's like one connective tissue piece. But the first season has Justin Long, and it has
Anything with
the
Justin
dummy.
Long is Justin Long fucking rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd have to see his face.
seen Barbarian?
But no.
I just watched it last night.
You ever seen
So good.
Idiocracy?
Yes.
You know the doctor. Oh, your shit's
That
all
was such
fucked
a
up.
long time.
Have you seen
He's like,
Accepted?
you're like totally a bitch.
Have you seen that movie
Dude,
Accepted?
Have you
it's
seen
been
Jeepers
so long
Creepers?
since I've seen any
Jeepers
of
Creepers.
these.
Jeepers Creepers.
I'm gonna have an schizophrenia break if you don't calm down.
We're movie
Yes,
guys.
me and Tim, we are obsessed with movies. Oh, dude, speaking of schizophrenic breaks, so I was going to music school, bro. I had like 4 homies who lived up the road from me because I was living in a studio apartment with my mom and her boyfriend. It sucked, bro. I lived on a couch next to a refrigerator for like the first 2 semesters. So I hooked up with some boys that were in my program, and they lived like, I don't know, like 6 blocks away. It's all on Beachside in Daytona, like downtown. And they lived right across the street from a crazy house. Like, I'm talking about it's like 20, not fully mental, but they're not all there, you know?
Yeah.
And this one dude, they would smoke him out. They would smoke out this one dude in his 20s, and he would sit there and go, "You like Red Hot Chili Peppers?" You're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Cool, cool, cool." You like Deftones? You're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Cool, cool, cool." You like Jimi Hendrix? He would just name bands nonstop, but wouldn't say anything about them, and you would just go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." It was crazy, bro. It would make you feel like you're going crazy.
Yeah.
Because you hang around with schizophrenics too, that shit will seep in, bro.
Yeah.
My one buddy's got a few screws loose. His mom was my boss at a camp. I used to carve candles on the beach, and we were chilling with him, dude. And one time I thought a little person was screaming out of the couch, and he goes, "Yo, do you hear that?" And I literally was like, "Yo, bro, we got to dip, bro." I was like, I can't hang out with you, bro. If I hang out with him too much, some weird shit
It
would
crosses
happen.
over.
Yeah.
Dude, sometimes when I'm in downtown Melbourne and I talk to the crackheads, I'm like, they know some shit.
Yeah.
They know
There's-
something that we don't know. They're connected to the spiritual
Dude,
world.
that's what sucks about
I
Daytona.
think
We got
meth is a very
stupid bums.
reptilian type vibe. It's real low frequency because you start doing meth for too long, you get into like snuff porn and weird stuff. You know what I mean? I just know about the culture.
Oh,
You know what I mean? We're from Daytona. We got a lot of them boys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
I've
read-
only
I-
been to Daytona for church parties, I guess.
I read about it on r/meth a lot.
Yeah, we are big into that Reddit for a
Everybody on there's like, why every time I smoke, every time I get high, I just want to watch gay porn and jack off. He's like,
Stop it! I gotta look at this.
they're
Reddit.
like,
I've
I'm a
never
straight.
seen it.
They're like, I'm a straight man. Anytime I smoke meth, I just want to watch gay porn and jack off.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What if meth is a psyop to make
Yeah.
people gay?
That's what I'm saying.
Population control.
Yeah.
They're not doing a very
Yeah.
good job, dude. There's a lot of fucking people. You
Yeah.
fucking figure out another way to do
I
it.
don't know, dude, how many people there are.
I know.
I
Yeah.
wonder, bro.
We've been over that too. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the actual?
They say 8 billion, but it's probably like maybe 200,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the world, if people that like travel the world, they're like, this shit does not. They make you think it's way bigger than it is.
Yeah, but then you go to like a music festival or anywhere where there's a fuck ton of people, and you're like, holy shit, dude.
You're like, holy
so
shit, everyone on
many
the
people here.
everyone on the planet's here.
Yeah. It's how
Yeah.
India is. India's just
Yeah.
a dirty music festival the whole time.
10 of the same guy every block.
Yeah.
Dude, what do you think like NPCs are? I think they're just like soulless bodies that are waiting for a soul. You see them though, you meet them, right?
I don't know though, because I wonder if that's the most egotistical thing in the world to be like, you're not even real, dumbass. I'm the real person here.
You think so?
I don't know. Well, because I don't know, dude. What if someone thinks I'm an NPC? I'm gonna be like,
I mean, we're all.
No, but like you never get that feeling where you look you can almost look through somebody's eyes. Like there's
yeah.
they're just not there.
Yeah,
like
they're on SSRIs.
maybe that's what it is.
But no, I do feel it though, where you're like, dude, some of these motherfuckers are
Maybe they're just demons.
I feel like
just
there's
walking
people
around
that
with
don't.
Gay demons.
fucking butt plugs in their brain. You know?
Yeah. There's people that don't have like. I've read. I don't know if it's true or not. Like you said,
They
everything.
don't
on the
inner
internet-
dialogue.
They don't have inner dialogue. They don't have like an inner monologue. Like they don't think in like sentences. They just exist.
That's crazy. I'm constantly being like,
Which sounds like a fire way to live, dude. You just fucking go. You just go work your fucking blue collar job. You love it. You get home every day. You just fucking watch sports and just go to bed and get up the next day and do the exact same thing.
what's going on in your head? Are you just thinking of colors or something?
Nothing, dude.
Blue.
You go, damn, dude. I love my family. That's the only thing you think about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even have that thought.
Yeah,
No.
words fuck you up. Though,
You're like, holy
too.
shit,
Did you
I
ever
forgot
do
I had a
that?
kid.
Because that's like, are you bilingual at all?
No.
Oh, shit.
My husband is
He is?
Yeah.
What does he speak? Spanish?
Polish.
Polish?
Yeah.
I don't know shit about that. I don't know shit about Spanish either, but well, no.
To be fair,
Well, it's crazy how, because there's some things you ever like talk to someone and you're like, how do you say this in your language? And they're like, we don't even have that concept. Like, we can't put it that way.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how words like control how you actually think. It can immediately controls your programming because if you think in dialogue, you're always thinking in that language. So you're stuck within that concept. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that controls how you dream because you don't.
they say
You know?
some of that stuff though. They're like, I feel like some of it is like just being pretentious though, because they say like there's the French saying like je ne sais quoi, which they're like there's nothing for it in English, and it's like yeah, dude, it just means like a vibe. What are you talking about? There's nothing for it in English.
Yeah,
Like,
but I was watching. There's
that's
this.
such bullshit, dude. Fuck you, you French fuck.
What is Venetian? What's it called?
Je ne sais
sais
quoi,
quoi.
which is
Oh,
just
yeah.
like an aura of something has that's like you can't describe.
Oh yeah. I know that word.
But it just
yeah,
means
but the French
vibe.
are
It just-
so pretentious, bro. I
Yeah,
don't like
they
them at all.
post-
And they
Modernism.
smell bad.
We don't even
Yeah,
want
they
to talk
stink,
about.
They give cigarettes to kids.
We don't want to talk about
We don't mind
postmodernist
that.
All
pedophilia.
postmodernists, those are dork poets that just bang kids. I hate them.
Oh no, it sounds like you're jealous.
God,
He's like, I want to give cigarettes to kids.
their
and then
life
fuck 'em
is so sick. I hate them so much.
But yeah, who's the one? Not Jean-Paul Sartre. Who's the guy? I don't want to think about it.
Je ne sais
John-
quoi.
No, just a main French postmodernist who's sucking on kid things.
Did he?
No, because there's a whole thing about that where if you get into like postmodernism enough, do you know what I mean? Where you break down gender. I don't want to get into all this stuff because then people think. But if you break it down to where you're breaking, you go.
I don't wanna
what
get
is
into it,
gender?
but
What is
listen, I'm not gonna get
age?
into it.
What is all that stuff? It does eventually lead to these questions. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then if there's no gender, there's no age. It's like
Then you're just hitting.
What
fucking,
is it?
anyone can get it, dude.
Then you're just hitting R&B.
if you're the
tracks.
horniest guy in the world, you're like anyone can get it.
That's crazy.
You're just a hole hunter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's just bisexuals.
Yeah, that is true.
Those are also pretentious people.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're not a high school chick and you're bisexual, it's like, dude, fucking pick a side.
Right? Dude? You go,
You know
this
what I
is
mean?
a damn
High school
war.
chicks get a pass. They're experimenting.
I thought it was college where they experiment.
I don't know. You don't remember being in high school?
Did you go to
with the-
college?
No, I dropped out.
Of
high
college?
school?
College.
Oh, okay.
This
What were you
guy's got
going
a-
for?
Huh?
What were you going for?
Criminology.
Ooh, you could have got some of the secrets uncovered.
I was doing blood spatter analyst for my first 3 months.
Like
before I
Dexter.
Hey,
dropped
watch
out.
Dexter.
Yeah.
Dexter was so sick, dude.
It is
I know.
the best show to ever exist.
Well,
besides Sopranos.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was literally going to be like,
Yeah.
no.
Dexter was, I don't know, the last couple seasons fell off.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise, motherfucker. is so good,
Surprise,
though.
mother. I
Yeah.
love when they
Surprise,
did the memes after
motherfucker.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I do love
After
Dexter,
the
though.
Trinity killer fucking nicked his wife in the bathtub, probably
Yeah.
hitting it from the back, dude.
Well, then they villainized Christians with fucking Edward James Olmos and
Yeah,
fucking.
I know. But they do that in every fucking movie, bro. It's so annoying.
The villainization of fucking
Christianity.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much. Our world is consumed with Satanism right now, so or just Satanology and demonology and symbolism, and even if people don't realize they're fucking doing it, they're doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy when you look at like
Yeah, because I'm always like, yeah, and you're like, dude, that's satanic, bro.
yeah.
I'm just like, yeah. They're like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Dope the cross, bro.
yeah, fucking Pantera.
God, Pantera fucking rules. But
That's so fucking sick, dude. My homeboy opened for what was the band? What was Dimebag's other band that when he got shot in Orlando?
this is one of those things I should
I
know.
forget. But my homeboy opened for that show where Dimebag Darrell got shot.
Yeah, that's cool. I went to like a, I guess you call it underground nowadays kind of show, but it's really not. You know who Xavier Wolf is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not underground, but he was doing a show in Orlando, and he had like fucking 15 like openers before he went on. He went
That's
on
how
at like
they
2
went, dude. They're
a.m.
squad deep.
And
That's another. Never,
No, it's
a whole
fine.
other thing.
Fucking you would never expect the people that are there. Like there was like these two metalheads like in the crowd just banging their head doing cocaine. I'm like, what the fuck is
people
going
used
on?
to mosh the fuck out to those like crazy loud rapper shows.
Yeah.
Sean rapped.
I
He was in
performed
South
with
Florida.
XXX Tentacion, Smoke Perp, Lil Pump before Lil Pump even had a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like the.
Oh,
I got a
shit.
video of like with X Ski
You mean
Mask,
Lil-
Slump God, and all that when it's like only probably 30 people there.
Yeah.
You mean Little Pimp?
Oh yeah,
Remember when
Trump
Trump brings it out? He goes, you guys all love him. Here he is, little pimp.
Yeah, our wedding song was a Lil Peep song.
Not Little
Pete.
Peep, Little Pump.
Oh, Lil Pump. Why'd I hear
Gucci
Lil
Gang,
Peep?
Gucci Gang,
Yeah.
What was your wedding song?
I don't know the title because I
But is
don't
it a Lil
remember
Peep
titles.
song?
Yeah, but it's the slow song where he goes, I only know this part because it sticks in my mind. She got an ass from Tennessee.
Oh.
I don't know.
Are you from Tennessee? Is that why?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Where are you from? Are you from Florida?
Yeah, I told my husband, I was like, pick a song, any song,
Yeah.
and he picked that song.
Sick. He just puts on a SoundCloud mix.
Yeah.
SoundCloud rap was huge in like
Yeah.
2016.
Our whole
Shit was
family was
gas.
watching us dance out. It was incredible.
That's
Oh, I
nice.
thought you meant you were walking down the aisle to it. I was
No,
like, that's
no.
unhinged.
I walked down the aisle to the Game of Thrones wedding song.
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to walk out to Petey Pablo.
Yeah.
North Carolina, come on and raise up, take your shirt off.
Like
But everyone's wearing like dress shirts. Like, holy shit, this is so hard to take off. You know?
That would be hilarious. Yeah, that'd be great.
Dude, I've been to like 20 funerals and not one wedding.
Yeah.
My adult life. Actually, I did. Dude,
Population control.
Yeah.
That's what
Dude,
it
actually,
seems
this is
like.
crazy, bro. We went to my girl's cousin's wedding, and the other side of the family like set up the seating arrangements, and they made me and my girl sit with the kids. And then this lady comes up and she's like, the organizer, she's like, hey, the other kids would like if you guys would socialize. I was like, I'm 27 years old. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. And I was on probation, so I couldn't drink or smoke. and
That's
I was
hilarious.
so just flustered. Everyone's like, why don't you dance? And I was like, I'm going to kill
Kids like, you got any games on your phone?
Yeah. There you go, kid.
Your knees are hitting the fucking table.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, dude, sobering a wedding is just disrespectful to yourself.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah. I just recently wrote some rap music.
For real?
I'm being brought in on a song.
By who?
Yeah, you know Noah
Noah.
Fleming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got that EP
Shout out
now.
to
Noah's
Boy.
free Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
you got that
I
EP.
was like, let me get a feature on one of your songs.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's sick.
because I've always wanted to like, I do like stupid raps, like
Yeah.
almost like Weird Al stuff, like
Yeah.
you know, like any white woman does in her car.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want to do something because I think it would be cool
That's
to like
fire.
be like, yeah. So like, I
yeah.
got some really gay shit. I can't wait to say.
That's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, I can't wait. So I'm gonna hope that makes everything successful.
Yeah, no, you gotta fucking cast the widest net possible as long as it's stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's like podcasting, fucking stand-up. I never wanted to be a stand-up. I started a podcast with my friends who were like, weren't comedians, and then they like fell out of it because they weren't like serious. And I was like, I guess I'll try stand-up comedy.
Damn. Whenever you say that, I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I just want to start fishing, chewing tobacco, welding,
Yeah.
shit like that. That's what I want to get into so bad.
No, but we always talk about like you got to make sketches, you got to do podcasts, you got to make stuff that's non-comedic. You got to make like fucking short films.
It's
and do all
fucking
this stuff.
exhausting. doing
Anything to
stand-up
get your
comedy
name
now.
out there, and then like
You gotta do everything but stand up. It sucks. bro.
hopefully
It's like,
everything
I just
will
wanna go
come
out there
back though.
and spit some hot fire. And now I'm fucking being like, dude, I gotta fucking film me fucking lighting this fart on fire and hope it gets. And then you post it and you
It's
go,
a form of
no
spitting
one
hot
liked
fire.
it.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
one liked it, dude.
You go, who's watching my stories?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Why do I look at that?
And it's so depressing if someone you look up to doesn't like your story.
You're like, you
fucking
bitch, you watched it and you
Yeah.
don't fucking like
You don't
it.
But
Fuck with
the
it.
reality of it is, you want to know what the reality of it is? When I'm going through stories and I get into like a almost doom scroll mode and I'm like clicking through stories and looking at them, I watch like the first 5 and then I literally, just to clear my notifications, take my fingers like this and like double base all the stories throughout until they're done. So
That's great.
like the last fucking probably 30 stories of people, I'm just like,
It's like a game.
You get notifications for that?
Wait, let
I don't
me
get
see.
notifications. It's just everybody's. I'm weird.
He's
dude.
got to get rid of the bubble.
The portraits are lit up
Oh.
on the stories. I need those all to be gray.
Yeah.
Social media
It's
sucks.
like
I don't know. I'm
gambling.
not that good at social media. I just
It's
started
not
on
good for a
Instagram,
neurotic
so I don't
person to
know.
have. It's not.
Yeah.
It's very very unhealthy for me to have social media.
Facebook
Yeah.
fell off.
Because I
dude.
close Instagram and then I open Facebook and then but my Facebook's fire because somehow I've catered my Facebook algorithm that all it shows me is like black Facebook stuff. So it's just
Yeah.
like way funnier than anything on Instagram, even though my Instagram's all comedians. And then I close that and I open Twitter and then I close that and
Yeah, our Twitter algorithm's pretty much the same, but it's so gas.
yeah, it's
That's where real comedy is.
I
It's
don't
on
do
X.
that.
Twitter is
I don't even post on it. I have,
Twitter
like,
is
an
the
old
cutting
one.
edge of what's funny.
I haven't posted on there since like 2020 when I was raising squirrels. That's it.
Well, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do.
But it's just unfair because the funniest ideas just come to someone. They post it. It's already out there online. They don't have to like craft something and like go present it in any way. They just fucking, and you're like, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's way funnier than anything that we do, which sucks. But, you know, we have more fun, I guess. They're just sitting in their bedroom like, yes, dude, I got 10,000 likes on this one.
I don't know. You getting 10,000 likes on a yacht, dude?
They're pretty fire.
It's pretty sick, dude.
I don't know. There's
You
a
don't
lot
get
of yachts
anything from
sinking.
it, though. You could have fucking 100,000 followers on Twitter and you don't have anything
Yeah,
to show
dude.
for it.
You don't get real dopamine. You're not in the casino screen maxing like a fucking boomer.
Yeah.
Getting just organic dopamine.
So sick. Oxygen machine in.
You like gambling?
No.
Yeah, fuck.
I don't gamble
I used to
either, but-
gamble when I was 8 years old.
On what?
My dad would go take a shit and he'd put me on Poker Stars. He taught me how to play for him.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, gambling other people's money's the best, dude.
He would be like, call if you have this, fold if you don't.
That's so sick. He goes, snake eyes. He goes, what the fuck?
I go all in.
Yeah. That's
Like, you just
Yeah.
lost $30,000. You realize that's what I had
Your
in my
dad and
account.
mom live here, though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're together?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been here my whole life in Melbourne.
In Melbourne, your whole life? That's sick.
Well, except I
crazy.
was in the Keys technically for 4 years right after I was born. I was born in Jacksonville, Keys 3 years, and then Melbourne my whole life since
That's sick.
I was like 4.
Dude, I've lived in Volusia County for my entire life, dude. It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's such a shithole, bro.
Movie theater, shopping center, everything you need.
Race week, bike week, this week, that week. My whole
Yeah,
life is
Daytona's
based on
sick.
weeks, bro.
I remember I grew up like in the sticks in like Helen, dude. So it's like the gas station was like 12 miles away. You know what I mean? Like just
That
living near,
sucks.
I'd see my homeboys who would like go to school. You go to like their house after school. And I'm like, fuck, dude, you live near a Burger King and a gas station? That's so fucking badass.
Hell yeah.
Do you remember being young, bro? Just hanging out at like
No, I had friends who lived in
hanging
like
out in a fast food restaurant would be so fire.
Or just like sitting in the neighborhood on those hot ass green things that I don't even know what the fuck
Yeah.
they were.
it's like an electrical box. We used to do
Yeah.
it. We were big into WWF, so we were jumping off those bitches, fucking backflipping
yeah.
and shit.
We would lay on it. Though it felt so good to just
Yeah.
lay on one.
Dude, I remember my homeboy, we used to climb because I had like this little toy playhouse thing, but I would use that to climb on that, walk across my wood fence, and then go up on my roof and we'd jump off the roof. And my one boy was scared. So I go, dude, just land on your side. It'll be cool. And he just went sideways and his elbow and right into his ribs, broke 2
Oh
ribs.
no.
So fire.
Dude, childhood parkour was the best.
And my homeboy, Big Josh, dude, went to go tombstone this kid, Kevin McChrystal, and he goes, keep your arms up. And Kevin McChrystal, last second, puts his arms down and just snapped his forearm.
Oh fuck, Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever break any bones when you were kids?
I never broke.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say I broke a couple ribs just fucking 6 months ago.
Yeah.
I got hit by a fucking car on a lime
In
scooter in Austin.
Yeah, you knew this, right? No?
Oh wait, no, you told me about this when I
Bro.
saw it. Yeah.
Bro, this is the
Oh my
one night-
God,
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, so it's like
Jesus.
Friday night, and it's the one night where C and Rob are like, oh, we're just gonna go home early. And I was like, all right. And I was like drinking and hanging out. But I didn't drink. This was like the one night where I didn't even get that fucked up. I didn't party that hard. And I don't know, I'm riding a scooter, and then all I remember is getting back to our Airbnb, and I couldn't remember the door code. So I like was beating on the door.
He's been
and then-
showing up to the Airbnb basically all week, blackout
Blackout.
drunk, and remembering the door code to get in.
Yeah,
But he gets back
perfect.
and he can't remember it.
Yeah, so Rob opens the door. My whole head was swollen out to here. My skin, I'm all skinned up, fucked up. And then Rob Ford's like, "Holy shit!" And he goes and looks at my scooter, and he's like, "What the fuck happened, dude? It's all mangled." And I was like, "I think I got hit by a car."
You brought it with you?
Jesus.
Yeah, I rode that bitch home. Dude, I knew exactly how to get home, but I just couldn't remember the door code. It knocked the door code.
It
out
still
of me.
rode after that, though?
I guess I don't remember anything really.
God, that
And,
sucks.
Yeah, so and he's like, "Yo, you can't go to bed because he's shining like the flashlight in my eyes." And I just kept being like, "I just want to take a nap."
And
it's
he's
like
the fucking
3 in the morning.
He's the concussion expert.
Yeah.
bro.
So he kept me up all night, and then the next day I was like, "Bro, I think I broke my ribs." And he's like, everyone says that. And I was like, all right. So then that was Saturday. So we went and watched the fights at a DMB, me, C, and Rob Ford. And now I'm like, bro, I just got to fucking get wasted for the rest of this trip because I'm in so much pain. And then so I'm there for like 2 more days. I fly back with C. We start ascending, and I remember looking at C and being like, I think my brain's gonna pop. You know? So I was like,
It probably was.
Yeah, so
You're
I was
lucky
like,
you're alive.
yeah, so I was
Fuck.
like, all right, I gotta get some Bud Lights on this plane to fucking help my.
Oh my god.
And I got Spirit Wi-Fi, bro. Spirit Wi-Fi sucks ass because it was Sunday, so I'm trying to watch the Dolphins game. I think they're playing the Cardinals, and we were up, bro. Oh, it's so fucking frustrating. But I'm trying to watch this, and then when they're like, we got like 20 minutes till we start descending. If you got to stretch your legs, use the bathroom. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna go take a piss. I slammed about 4 beers on that bitch. I'm in the fucking bathroom. As soon as I fucking drop trowel, bro, I guess we hit turbulence, bro. My head smacks this wall. I fall to one knee, and I can't stop pissing. I got 4 Bud Lights in me, and that's beer planes. I'm already pre-gaming, So I just fill my shoe up with piss, bro. And I fucking walk out, and then because C's got the aisle seat because he's got long legs, and I'm sitting bitch, dude. It sucks. And I was like, yo, and he's like, yo, are you all right, dude? We just went through crazy turbulence. I was like, I think there's piss back there. Sit down.
You go, somebody pissed all over the bathroom and in my shoe.
Exactly, bro. So we get back, and I get back late at night, and I fucking tell Rowick, you know what I mean? Because I work with him. I'm like, yo, bro, my shit's fucked up. I need to go to the hospital. And he's like, no, everyone says that. I'm sure you're fine. So I work a whole shift. And then on my way home, I go to the ER. And they're like, they gave me the x-rays and shit like that. And they're like, yeah, dude, you have 2 broken ribs. So.
All that fucking time is crazy.
Like 5 days of just
3 days, I think.
Wiling out. And
Yeah, but when I was
work.
in the hospital, bro, that's when I guess your muscles start spasming. Because I was like, yo, I'm pretty chill. I'm fucking alpha about it. And then I should start spasming.
You go, I can champ it.
Yeah, and it drops me to my knee, and I start like kind of tearing up. Dude, it felt like it kept knocking the wind out of me, and then it just felt like I was getting stabbed.
Ooh.
So they gave me a Perky and some muscle relaxers, and I was like, and then they're gonna send me home.
And then you go to the Perkies for a little bit after that.
Chill out. I didn't even finish the script, but I was having fun.
You're like, dude, I'm too chill to do stand-up.
Yeah, dude. So chill. So I fucking, but I remember asking them, I'm like, yo, can I get another perk? And they were like, we had to call the pharmacist. And they're like, the pharmacist says no. I'm like, you guys are the doctors. Like, the pharmacist just hands the shit out, bro. Like, you're the ER doctor, bro. Give me some shit, break it up, put it in a straw, let me snort it.
Yeah.
It'll let me faster.
And I swear I've done this before. You need to fucking let me snort it. It's gonna hit me so much fast. I'm spasming here, dude. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I go, can I boof it? I go, listen, my right arm's really fucked up. My left arm's like, my triceps too big. Like, can you just put it in my ass?
You gotta mix it in some water and put it in an eye dropper.
That's crazy. They give you the Perkies
eyes.
and they give you that little cup and you just drop trout, boss them bitches in your butt and then wash your butt out.
Yo, where do I throw this away?
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, then I was doing stand-up for like a couple weeks on the Perkies.
Yeah.
So
How was
chill,
that?
so calm.
Were you just like
Never
leaning
nervous.
on everything?
Never nervous. I think I did the one thing where I did a joke with my eyes closed. I forgot I told the joke. I immediately told the joke again, and then I remembered I told the joke, and I just went, and that's a callback, pussy. Just repeating a joke and calling it a callback is
So
such
fire.
an alpha move.
Yeah. That's thinking on your feet.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, that was Mad Caps. Shout out Mad Caps. I wish they'd bring it back.
God damn, I love that club so much.
Yeah, what's
It's so much fun there.
do you saw the August thing?
Yeah, I think he's just doing one blowout show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty much about time, so
Yeah.
this was fun.
Sick.
This was a blast.
We got to do that
Thanks
real
for
fast.
coming.
Spider-Man meme. No, you bombed.
We have like internal like code jokes like when somebody bombs but we only do it to each other.
Oh, in Melbourne?
Like,
You guys have a fire scene, bro.
It's
It's fun.
getting
You guys are
like
fun.
really awesome because
It's so
everybody's
good.
starting shows and shit. So
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Daytona, we can't get shit off the ground, dog.
No, but your guys' audiences are way better. Ours fucking
Yeah.
stuck ass.
Yeah, we just showed you that video of that kid.
yeah,
We did have some Rockville people at the mics on Wednesday though, and they were like fucked up, and they were like cool with like any jokes, and we had a blast. And then I was sitting there DJing at Tiernanog, and the guy was sitting like right next to me, and then everybody that got off stage, he was like, "Bro, that guy was fucking hilarious. You guys are doing a great job." And I was like, it was a real ego boost, but also like This guy's just so fucked up that
He was also a juggalo.
Yeah, well, you know,
juggalo,
those are the
bro.
best kind of guys,
Yeah,
actually.
Juggalo's fucking.
Dude, actually, real fast. Middle school, I was selling regs, bro. I saw this dude some regs, and he had a Hatchet Man tattoo, and he's like, "Yo, call me Juggalo Joe," and I was like, "Your name's Joseph, dude. Get the fuck out of here." Honking an adult as a 7th grader.
Juggalo Joe's pretty fucking sick though.
Yeah, Juggalo. Yeah, dude. JJ.
I'm in the Juggalo Facebook groups too. I'm in all kinds of weird Facebook groups. Hoagie Gurus, that's a big one where people just post sandwiches.
Hoagie
Fucking
Gurus.
fire. Yeah. And they argue about what a hoagie actually is. It's so. I'm in punk rock basis, bro. And then like
that's the most useless people on the
a
planet.
trans girl posted in there, and then like now like all these guys are posting in there like I'm a cis white guy that proudly plays bass in a fucking Nazi punk band, and I'm sick as fuck. And it's just like they're getting in fights over the most dumb shit. Like,
That's hilarious to watch.
I love it.
All right.
All right. We got a show tonight, right?
Yeah.
You're on it too. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, y'all, if you have time after, come by
Villain?
come by Villain. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We'll come by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
And she keep working that back and I'm about to throw the shit like